So now on to part two, the actual brand experience. This in many ways is just as important as the actual product, I think, because these two things are very related. There's overlap here. I'll give you an example. So a lot of us shop on Amazon. Obviously it's really popular and we need products from there, right? But you don't just shop on Amazon for the product. And it's not even always the cheapest there, believe it or not. Many times I've seen so many products on Amazon that are like overinflated in price, and I would just buy them somewhere else. But a lot of times you go to Amazon first because they have an excellent brand experience. The website's very clear. There's no like pop-ups and distractions and all this kind of crap everywhere. You type something in and whatever you need will show up. And the checkout process is very easy. You can save your card on there. You can have an account. You don't think about, oh, is my product gonna arrive? Is this a sketchy company? You have trust built into the brand. Returns are extremely easy. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. They basically almost always accept returns, and there's no hassle. So the brand experience is, I would say, their brand experience is quality, and they have thought that through, not just the actual products they sell. So how can you increase the quality of your brand experience without spending any money for free, essentially? Well, you can have good customer service. So whether it's just you or a couple people running your brand, figure out ways that you can increase customer service. And what that means is good, fast communication with your customers. So generally, your customers might email you like, hey, do you have this in stock? When will you get this? Hey, can I exchange this size? Can I return this? You need to be answering your customers' emails really fast, within 24 hours, ideally within 12 hours. And you'll get an A+ if you answer it on the spot. There's many situations where I have an email tab open. I'm working customer emails and I'll literally email them back within like 10 minutes and just solve the issue right away. I don't hold it off. I don't put it off. I don't waste time for them. I don't leave them in a state of anxiety. Now, there are situations obviously where you might not be able to reach them right away, and that's understandable. For instance, a lot of businesses, they operate from Monday through Friday. So the weekends, their customer communication might be closed or might be automated, and send them a link somewhere where it says, hey, we'll get back to you, but this is the situation right now. So figure that stuff out. Fast shipping. That's another free thing you can do to increase the overall quality of your brand experience. If a customer orders a t-shirt and you have it in stock, don't sit around on it for days and days. People literally do that. They're just lazy. They don't want to, package it and get it sent out. Here for my brand, I strive to get stuff sent out the same day, 6 days a week. And that's something that I'm always going to try to do and maintain that level of quality of shipping speed. And yeah, that's another free thing that you can do. It doesn't really cost anything to do that. Another thing that you could do is have a good website. What I mean by that is, yes, having a website, hosting it, and starting that does cost money. But from that point on, as you're running your brand, there's hundreds, thousands of tweaks you can do to your website to make it run faster, to make it smooth, to make the checkout experience easy for your customer. And that stuff really doesn't cost money. I have very, very low skills in programming or coding and all that kind of stuff. But on Shopify or whatever platform you're using, you can just Google what you want to do, plug in that code, and tweak it and see if it works. And a lot of times it will. It's really not that hard. You can learn that kind of stuff yourself. Or let's say you have a team member and they can do that. There's a lot of stuff that you can do that can make your website very clear, organized, and have it run efficiently and smoothly for the customer, so they're not basically tripping over everything just to buy something on your website. You want to make it easy for them to go to point A to point B to purchase clothing from you. Another free thing that you could do is just have a simple size guide. This will increase the quality of your brand because when the customer goes there, they're not wondering, hey, is this going to fit me? it's in inches or is it in centimeters? What's the actual size? How does it compare to this? So just having a very simple size guide. I would suggest putting it in centimeters and in inches. Centimeters is really helpful for people internationally, and inches, a lot of us here in the United States use that. So just doing that takes very, very minimal effort to just create a simple size guide. You don't have to have artistic skills or anything for that. You can even do it on a Word document really and just take a picture, a screenshot of it, or whatever. That is going to go a long way towards a customer, deciding to purchase with you. One last thing that you could do to increase the quality is to have good photos. This is super important. So if you do not have access to a digital camera, like a DSLR camera, a high quality camera, you can use your phone. I'm going to assume that almost all of you have a phone with a good camera on it. It will do the job for the time being. As your brand grows, you can invest and get a different camera, but basically just taking a good photo on your cell phone is free. You're not really spending money for that. And another thing that you can do that's viable with taking good photos is, I'm going to assume a lot of you guys are in college. So colleges, they have a tech resource center where you can have access to DSLR cameras, lenses, lighting gear, laptops, iPads, all sorts of stuff. Go see if your college has that, and you can check that stuff out and borrow it. So let's say that you have a few new items for the month that you made that you're going to put on your website. Go check out a camera for 24 hours, get those photos done, and you can return it. And it's really easy and free. Why not use that resource? Another thing that you guys might have is you might have a family member that has a DSLR camera that wouldn't mind you borrowing it. Sometimes people, they get into photography and they kind of have a falling out and they have all this camera gear that they just kind of shelve and it's dusting and they don't really use it. Maybe you're close to a family member and they have a DSLR camera that you can borrow from time to time, or you can be like, hey, can I borrow this for a couple months or half a year until I get enough money saved and I can buy my own camera for my business? And they might be cool with that. So definitely see if you could do that. But yeah, those are basically quality is free in two ways: the product and the brand experience. And this is just a list of many things that you could do right now for free. You don't have to spend or invest tons of money into this. You can do all this right now. And quality is free because it's a process. If you look at how you do everything, how are you printing, how do you embroider stuff, what kind of manufacturer are you using, can I tweak this, can I do this, all these tiny little details. If you look at all those little processes and you figure out ways to do it better, you are going to increase the quality of your product and your brand experience, and it's going to make your overall product and brand and everything so much better. If you got any value out of this video, or if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.